Hey guys, I'm here to do a quick energy check-in. I'm gonna jump right into it. It's Melissa giving you the realest of reads. I hope you love this content so far. I'm gonna jump right into it. We have the feminine energy, the energy with healing. We have truth and clarity in the reversed. Okay. So, with this feminine energy, it's intuitive, nurturing, creative. It's like you're stepping into this energy of intuition, of being nurturing and compassionate to yourself, healing your inner divine, your inner child, because you have inner child healing. It's like in order for you to tap into your creative energy, you have to, heal this wounded, insecure nature. The person within you that has become the victim because of a lack of truth and clarity. It's like there has been an inability to tap into your intuition, unable to see things for what they truly are, because there's been a lot of dark energies in the background, people who have not had your best interest at heart. We have external party situations in the reversed with toxicity and bound. Okay, so with this toxicity and bound card, it says addictions, patterns, energy vampire, trauma bond, and stuck. Okay, so it's like you've been on a repetitive cycle of codependent addictions and patterns, okay? And because you've been in this stuck, it's like it's left you in this stuck energy because of certain unhealed parts of yourself. And so, like I was saying in the reading yesterday, is that even though you have certain unhealed parts of yourself, you actually still have a certain divine light about you. So that divine light, it actually attracts energy vampires, okay? So when you're on this healing journey and you're trying to gain truth and clarity, it's as if the it's like there's demonic energy, dark, low energy that's attracted to your light, as well as the wounds that have not yet been healed. So it's almost like a two-edged sword. You have your divine, and you're called, and you're chosen, and you carry the light of the divine. Okay, and so people are intrigued by your light, intrigued by your power. Okay, but you also have, with that light, you're also on this healing journey, okay? And there are certain wounds of the past, energies who have inflicted certain types of trauma, and insecurities within you that have come from childhood as well as like early adulthood, that these like these wounds also attract energy vampires. So the idea is, it's like while your wounds are still not fully healed and not still fully recovered, these like energy vampires are coming in to continue to, it's like, say you have a scab, and the scab is in that healing, or a wound is in that healing process to where it gains the scab. It's like when you invite certain low energy around you and they attach to you, every time that scab grows over and it's almost completely healed, it's like the scab is being removed from the wounds that you're trying to heal and recover. Okay, so that is why the divine, God, the universe, the Holy Spirit, the angels, okay, have placed you in a state of isolation, because it's like certain wounds that you have not been able to recover have to remain untouched long enough to be able to fully recover. And it's like, as long as you're exposed to people who continue to hook themselves into your energy, and if your energy remains low, you can't heal from those wounds. So we have external party in the reverse. So it's like, this is showing that there has been, like, because it's this card here with external parties, it says karmic partners, friends, family, work, other people, and obligations. Okay, there have been external parties. This card came in the reverse, so this is from the past. Okay, this is past energy, but this is also energy that you're clearing out. You're still in the process of clearing out external party situations. And I take external party as people who are just around you, that are external on the outside to things that are relevant in your life. It's like when you are, in a couple and you have a person on the outside that does, it's like the person on the outside doesn't really belong there. You know what I mean? So I'm taking this external party as, when it pertains to your destiny, people that do not any longer serve your higher path. It's like you've had people around for a season, a reason, or a lifetime, but some people are not meant to be around for a lifetime. And so healing these wounds is putting you in a position to be able to see things more clearly so that you can figure out exactly what needs to be let go of. And it could be people, it could be a mindset, it could be a way of thinking, a way of being, but external party situations in the reverse. So it's like the universe is calling you to release anything that no longer serves you. And right now with this feminine energy, it's like you're learning how to heal the wounds that cause you to feel insecure, like you're the victim, because that is what is like stealing your power. You can't step into a role of leadership with a victim mentality, with wounded, insecure feelings. Okay, and that's another thing that I've been getting to, is that while you've been wounded, you've been having certain coping mechanisms, like learned behaviors that have caused you to either go on some type of downward spiral or on a hamster wheel of choosing the same things over and over, because these are like codependent addictions. Because of being wounded, these have been your coping mechanisms, is to keep continuing to go back to what is familiar, even if those things that are familiar are actually not good for you, or they may be detrimental to your growth. They may be continuing to open wounds that you are trying to heal in order to get to the next level in your highest, greatest path on your divine destined plan. Okay? Yeah, it's like certain situations have left you guarded and vulnerable. It's like I'm looking at this card like this is your self now, but this is yourself. This is your older self. This is your younger self. And it's like we have two of the same card here. The older and the younger self, they came out together, and this says guarded and vulnerable. It's like certain situations that you've been comfortable with, certain environments, certain relationships that have felt comfortable because they're familiar. It's like remaining in these patterns have actually been toxic and have kept you bound. And so you have been in a state of being guarded and vulnerable. And so it says here, it says holding patterns, security at all costs, blocked heart chakra. It's like holding patterns, okay? It's like holding on to certain patterns that are keeping you held in place because you're trying to get security at all costs, when really it's saying here that this is nothing more than a coping mechanism. This is more like a learned behavior. And it's like kept you in a place of having a blocked heart chakra. So it's like I'm trying to get to the very bottom of what I'm feeling, but it's a trauma bond. It's multiple trauma bonds being addicted to be staying comfortable with what's familiar instead of like tapping into your intuition. It's like you never learned how to tap into your intuition. You never actually understood that you can step out of your emotions and how you feel about people and still love people with boundaries. You can love people with safe distance, and instead of allowing people to dictate your decisions, to dictate who you are and how you feel as a person, to dictate so many different areas of your life just because you love these people or just because they love you. It's like love is not enough in the situation to keep yourself vulnerable and keeping yourself unhealed. Like you can't continue to keep yourself unhealed out of love. You know what I mean? Like you can love people and they can love you, but it's not fair for you to remain in situations that your soul is outgrowing because your soul wants your heart to heal. Because ultimately, it's divine timing. It says right here, it says greater forces are at play. And it says release control. Okay? Releasing control is stepping outside of your emotions and standing back to take a more logical approach in different situations in order to step out of the heart space for a little while, step out of your feelings and step into logic, like long enough to assess the different situations that you've been in or the situations that you've been a part of, or the outside parties and how they have contributed to certain toxic patterns in your life that you are trying to grow from, you're trying to learn from. And it's like, the truth is, when you step outside of that heart space and that familiar pattern, there are going to be certain people that may be a little upset that there's more distance between you and them, but it's like you don't have to necessarily like break off a relationship completely. Sometimes it's about strong boundaries. And like I can speak for myself. Like I didn't grow up knowing what boundaries were. Okay? I feel like we come from a generation that did not allow boundaries. It's like we grew up thinking, okay, family is just supposed to be this close. Friends are just supposed to be this close. We are not supposed to give each other a safe distance. We're not supposed to give each other room to breathe, room to make decisions in our own individual lives. Like, I feel like as a collective, we are learning about how certain past mistakes, past patterns have continued to bring us suffering. So it says past affecting the present. It's like, and then it says lack, betrayal, victim, and letting the past go. Okay? Letting the past go does not necessarily mean letting people go. I mean, if you have to because God tells you you have to, then you do. But it's more so too like understanding the lack that has led to the betrayal of self. Like you have been betraying yourself, and you've been falling into lack because of not understanding boundaries, not understanding that it's okay to let people go and not hold them so tightly. You know what I mean? Allowing people to be so close to you in your personal life to where they continue to see every move you make, know every decision you make, know every dollar that's in your bank account, know every, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Like, it's like not everybody shouldn't know every detail of your life because, you know, no matter how much people love you, people are always going to want to do better than you. And if they see you're getting ahead, some people really do have, that devil energy, because that's the thing. We all have devil energy. We have God and devil energy, dark and light. And certain, achievements in life can cause others to come and try to siphon off of that abundance or sabotage you in some type of way. Because we have past and suffering, but it's coming out behind it is disharmony and triggers. It's like understanding the past and how it has brought you suffering, and how certain like attachments, too close of attachments, have caused you to not see the truth clearly, have not allowed you to see your life clearly, because there's too many opinions, there's too many perspectives, there's too much, influencing your energy, and it has led to disharmony and triggers. It says right here on this card, it says conflict, competition, arguments, harsh communication. And there's been a lot of that going on in the collective, okay? It's trusting in divine timing because greater sources are at play. Releasing control, and it says that all is working out for the highest good. My also I wanted to say is that before you speak words, before you do anything, you go to the Most High. When it comes to being in this temptation, self-deception energy. Because the energy has not yet been made completely clear. So don't do anything that you're going to regret. As far as, maybe dissing people too soon. Calling, relationships quits too soon. Like breaking hearts when you don't need to break hearts, because some things are hard to come back from. That's another thing. That walking away from relationships too soon versus just putting a distance. Putting a distance is the safest way to sit back and reflect on the truth of the past in order to give yourself time to gain clarity. Yeah, we have illusions and confusions reversed, okay? And this is what the beginning of the reading was about. There's too much illusion and confusion. When you have too many energies in your face at once, and everybody's projecting all of their energy onto you, it creates a lot of illusion and confusion. Because there's a lot of, right now, a lot of soul purging energy. One moment. And so while this is happening, we're coming out of illusion and confusion. But there's a lot of things we haven't been seeing clearly, okay? And we're coming out of our South Node, which is resistance, fear of the new, clinging to old ways or situations. And with the moon, we're tapping into the intuition in order to dig into our subconscious, our emotions, our fear. And it says deceit, and it says that things are not as they appear at this time, okay? Nothing is really as it appears at this time. That's why it's not wise to make decisions quite yet. It's actually time to just take a distance, to pull back, because we do have offer in the reversed, okay? And this has been coming up for some time. There is an offer that's been in the reverse, and there's a lot of confusion around it. not knowing which offers you're supposed to take at this time, okay? But in the past, certain decisions have led to structure and foundation in the reversed. It says wants to build a solid foundation, but it's in the reverse. So you have had a desire to build a foundation, but not everyone around you, okay, 2 minutes, have not had a capability of being able to build that structure and solid foundation with you. And there's some people that are going through this transformation that are going to grow and meet you where you are. But then you're going to have other individuals that are not going to do the soul purge. They're not going to do the growth. Like, they're not going to do the growing. And so that's why right now we have karma and balance in the reversed, okay? And this card says weighing things out, cause and effect, choices, wants to make things right. But it's in the reversed. So there may be people around toward the end of this, and I'm going to end this read with this. There may be people who are unable to face their shadow. People who are unable to face certain wrong decisions that they have made. And cause and effect, it says. Weighing things out with cause and effect. It's like there's an effect for every cause. For every action that has been taken, there's a consequence, okay? And it's like some people may not want to make things right. The scales may not become balanced in certain situations, but I feel like it hasn't yet been made 100% clear who has been doing that soul work and who has been refusing to do it. Like, we see where the stubborn energies are that, we've been dealing with around us, but we still, while everyone's in this soul purge and cleanse, we're still trying to get to the end, the complete end of this, like, soul cycle with the world. It's like everything is coming to a complete closing of the cycle, but it's like it hasn't quite closed yet. It's like, or let's just say maybe it has closed, but maybe we're trying to navigate if if people have actually been doing the soul work. But me personally, people think the cycle has closed, and that's what I've been hearing, but I feel like the decisions of what people are making are still not yet final. I think we're still in this, like, the end of our purging process, to where people are still, even third parties and all these people that you've been dealing with, are still trying to figure out where they personally stand in their own life. So everybody's been doing the soul work, the soul growth, and we don't know where you're going to stand right now with all these different energies in your life. It's like that factor is still being determined. And so, but at the very end of this soul cycle, it's like you're going to finally see clearly at some point, who you outgrown and who decided to grow along with you, even if you became separated. Because that's another thing in the energy that I've been getting, is that you've been separated from certain individuals, but it's because of the healing journey that you've had to be on, as long as the same way the other individuals had to be on their healing journey, because they had to be able to self-reflect and clear out the illusions as well. But once all these illusions are cleared out, and you're on your north node, headed in the right direction on your purpose, path and purpose, and everything becomes clear, then who you take with you is going to become clear. And it's like, I'm going to end it with this, because this is what's going to give your soul peace. You can't determine that fact. You can't determine the decision of who goes with you. And I pause when I say that, because there's a lot of weight that comes along with what I just said. because certain soul growth comes with certain goodbyes. Okay? But it's for you to be able to obtain your highest path and destiny and have everything given to you from the universe so that you can walk forward and bless the collective and live in abundance that you worked hard for. Not everyone that you want walking next to you has worked hard for that same abundance. Certain other people that have walked next to you parallel on your path and journey up until this point may have not sown seeds. They may have actually sown unrighteous seeds. There's righteous and unrighteous seeds, and everyone has had what they poured into and what they sown into. You know, there may be a dividing line there at some point, but I'm going to leave you with this and I'm going to let you go. God, the universe, the Holy Spirit is the determining factor of who goes with you. It's not, you can't carry that weight on your shoulders of the energies that have to be let go of at this point. There may be a split in the energy, but that's not up to you. That's not up to you. And you can't feel guilty, you can't feel bad, you can't feel shameful and full of regret. I'm sensing you did all that you could do, all that your heart and God and the Holy Spirit would allow you to do. You poured as much as you could into situations, and they still didn't end up fruitful because of the lack of reciprocation on the other party's end. And that part has nothing to do with you. They forfeit their soul contract with you, and you go on to being with like-minded individuals who know the value and worth of pouring into a soul contract in order to have true soul growth on, and it leads you both on your highest path and destiny. But if the other party doesn't see the value and the worth in that, then it becomes a one-sided situation. It becomes like unequally yoked. And I've been trying to get to that point for so long in my readings over this last month that may just be what burst that heart chakra wide open. Maybe the certain sacrifices that have to be made at this point, but it's not your decision. You can only pray and meditate and ask God and hope that certain people will stay with you on your divine path and destiny. But I'm hearing hold on to things loosely. Hold on to everything loosely right now, because you just don't know right now what's going to go with you and what's not. So pour into yourself. Pour into, hold back your energy from situations, pour into yourself, and make it about you and the Most High. Cultivate your gifts, cultivate your talents, write down your plans, make plans for the future, make it plain. Because we have this Page of Pentacles in the reverse, you will be making a decision. You will be making decisions about offers that haven't come through. God is going to show you. And there's been confusion and illusion because it hasn't been yet made clear. But this is ultimately what is happening at the end of this cycle. We have this eclipse energy coming in. And this may possibly be what this is. Because these things have kept you stuck. Look at Wheel of Fortune in the reverse with the Three of Swords. These things have kept you heartbroken. They've kept you in a state of lack, in a state of being the victim, because you continue to give and make things equal and balanced in order to bring the victory. But You have people that continue to strengthen the reversed, siphon your energy. You're doing all the pouring. You're doing everything. And it's not being reciprocated. Therefore, you're being tapped out. You're literally becoming tapped out of resources, out of energy to give, because of the lack of reciprocation. Let's see what else is going to come out of this. We have, but you will have new lovers, new relationships coming out of darkness, the sun in the reversed. And you will gain the 10 of Pentacles. And you gaining the 10 of Pentacles may put certain other parties that have walked with you up until this point into the 9 of Swords. But that's between them and the divine. Because there's been too many illusions here. And God has seen it. There's light being shed on certain attacks on your finances. Your energy being drained for financial gain, and it's put you up for the gain of others, and it's put you in a state of lack. And this is being ended with the World. We are in this process, in the very tail end of this process being concluded. 10 of Cups. And it came out in my reading yesterday. The World with the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. Because you have been doing the soul work. And other certain people, this is 8 of Pentacles in the reverse, not putting in the work. It's an undeniable hard truth that certain people that you love may have not put in the soul work that you did in order to be able to 3 of Cups celebrate with you. But you're walking away from the devil regardless of who goes with you. But you can't allow yourself to be held back. You're walking forward balanced with the Chariot. Literally. I hope you like this read. I grew up with a Christian church background my whole life. Baptist, Pentecostal. And it gave me a good solid foundation, but I appreciate all that, the knowledge that I've been given in order to understand what I understand now. But Page of Wands in the reversed. These are people who are refusing to take action. And it's caused you to lose your victory. Being tied to certain individuals who don't have the courage, the willpower, or the strength to walk forward on this journey. And it's kept you tied up in this like mental prison and stuck with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Deceptive energy. Even if these people haven't purposely been being deceptive, it's like because their energy doesn't match yours, the universe is viewing it as manipulation and deception. And it's caused an injustice in your life, and it has not allowed you to come out of heartbreak. It has not allowed you to come out of this energy here, which is being the wounded warrior with all these burdens to carry, heartbroken with chaos. This chaos that other people don't want to walk away from because it's what they're used to. It's what they're accustomed to. Some people are just used to thriving in drama and toxicity, unable or unwilling to grow. And surrounding yourself with these people has kept you heartbroken because your soul wants to grow. You're left carrying these burdens because you want change and you're making all the necessary changes, but certain external parties have not been willing to grow because they're holding on to old traditional ways, that with the Hierophant. I look at this like religion, And that's why it's funny that I just said I grew up in religion. And some people are just stuck in conformity to religion, or toxic holding patterns, or drama, toxic cycles that don't allow them to step into their higher self, which is the Empress. And as long as you keep yourself tied to people like this is going to be you. The Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. And it goes back to what I was saying. The first card that I picked out here was the Feminine Energy card. You need to be able to step into your feminine energy in order to, whether you're a man or a woman, you got to step into your feminine energy. And right here for feminine energy, it says you need to step into your intuition. Step out of your heart space and your emotions and take a more logical approach and your intuition, your spiritual intuition, in order to make the right decisions about people, places, and situations. And nurture yourself, heal yourself, so that you can tap into your creative gifts, which are actually what's going to bring in your finances. You have to tap into your creative self in order to come up with these ideas and plans. And that is your solid foundation in order to step out of this wounded, insecure victim mentality. And step into your intuition, intuitive, nurturing, creative. Wounded, insecure victim. The feminine energy in the reverse is the wounded, insecure victim. And if you don't actually step away from certain toxic groups, it's going to continue to affect your finances. It's going to continue to drain your strength. And it's going to continue to keep you in two minds, unable to make a decision. And there's a judgment call that has to be made. And you are in the process of gaining clarity. Maybe not quite there yet, but you're going to have a light bulb moment. It's like that light bulb moment is coming soon, okay? And when that light bulb moment comes, it's like you're going to have the strength because your heart has healed. You've been in a state of healing for a couple years now. You know what I mean? Your heart's been in a state of healing, and it's going to give you the strength to make decisions based off of that clarity and that light bulb moment that you're having. And instead of making decisions from your emotions, you're going to learn how to step out of your emotions and step into logic and see your past behavior and say, wow, like I've really been allowing my heart and my love for people to affect the personal decisions that I'm making for myself in my own life. And this is what's been holding me back. I can't allow who loves me and who I love to be the determining factor in the weight of my decision making. I have to talk to God and gain a big, clear perspective of my overall life, my past, my present, and my future, in order to be able to make solid decisions for my foundation to build off of for the future. And it's waking up to past energy that has continued to come in and hold back resources on you with people who don't bring anything to the table. That's what it's about. People who don't bring anything to the table. And the determining factor of this decision that's being made, because you're going to be at a crossroads. Crossroads energy is, what do I take with me and what do I leave behind? And it's weighing the past, the present, and the future. These people who caused you chaos, seeing what they did, seeing how they held you back and what it's caused you, looking at the past of what they caused, looking at the present moment. Are these people changing? Are they remorseful? Are they actually doing the soul growth and change? Because guess what? Ten of Swords. All of these, like, lack of reciprocations in these relationships have led to betrayal. And they were betrayal whether they were conscious or subconscious decisions made on their part. But them not being able to follow through with this Page of Pentacles in order to bring you a new opportunity has left you juggling. And that's why the universe views their lack of soul growth as manipulation, as deception. Their lack of follow through has been labeled by the universe as manipulation. Yeah, we have this King of Pentacles that keeps coming out with the collaboration card, which is the Three of Pentacles. It's like a King of Pentacles has collaborated, which King of Pentacles, masculine energy, could be male, female, or it could be person or groups who have collaborated in order to sacrifice you. You've been being sacrificed. Your time, your energy, your money has been being sacrificed. Your time has been being wasted. And it's like the universe is calling you to look and evaluate where your resources are being spent, how they've been spent. If you have nothing to show for yourself, the universe is saying, where did it go? And it's standing back, like I said, to take a long, honest look at who, what, where, when, why. And how can you make better changes? Cutting off situations is not personal. And it's like, a lot of us are like, oh, I don't want to hurt the person's feelings. But it's at the cost of your Wheel of Fortune. When you realize what it is that you're sacrificing by keeping everyone happy, what decision are you going to make? Because when you actually are offering these people a cup, they're actually ignoring it because they haven't wanted to move on to their higher soul path. These people want to remain where they are, yet they still want to be connected to you. But you're trying to grow, and they're not. So, with the Tower, Nine of Cups in the reverse. And I feel like going in with this, going inward to heal, brings this Tower for you. Because you're realizing certain happy situations that you thought were so happy, just take a look at that and honestly realize multiple towers energetically are pointing to the fact that situations that you thought were really happy situations weren't as happy as you thought, because actually a lot of these situations you were being sacrificed. Your resources were being held up. And you weren't actually in a good situation. Like, none of these situations were good situations. They were all just learning lessons to teach you how to tap into your intuition. In this intuition card, she has a harvest behind her. It's the dark with the light, weighing the dark with the light in order to figure out how to tap into your intuition in order to gain your soul growth. How are you going to get to the fruit? How are you going to grow fruit off of your tree? You have to tap in to figure out the difference between the darkness and the light. What are you accepting from situations and from people that's constantly leaving you in the gutter? Leaving you broken, empty, sad, unheard, unseen, unfelt. One more second. It's coming out of the cold. And I'm going to leave it with this because my daughter, she's looking for me. But this is really deep introspection, okay? And it says you are ultimately going to come out of this Five of Pentacles. Okay, but with the coming out of this Five of Pentacles, you have to evaluate the fact that you've been in the Five of Pentacles, lost and broken. And it's weighing this Five of Pentacles energy, being left out, deserted in the cold. Your soul needs to analyze that. I hope you enjoyed this read whenever you're seeing it, morning, noon, or night. I hope you can just support my channel by subscribing, liking, sharing the video, hyping the video. Check out some of my shorts. I have a bunch of short videos. I have other content that's already been posted that I'm sure they're timeless reads, so you can click on them anytime and it would be relevant for your situation. I hope you all have a beautiful day.